This is Chiming In with Elyse and David.
Let's talk about saying I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's talk about how hard it is for you to say I'm sorry. Like it hurts your soul. It wounds you deeply.
Well, I guess it depends on the context of why I'm saying I'm sorry. If it's something that's just kind of like a small little thing, I don't have a problem saying I'm sorry. But if it's something really important, like for instance, something I've done to harm you, I really don't like apologizing because then I have to admit that I did something wrong in the first place.
But saying you're sorry is like that should come out of your, like, it should be the first thing out of your mouth in theory, right? Like, why does it have to be some sort of admission? Why is it about you?
Well, because
It's not about you.
I
It's
mean,
about the other person. It's delivering
yeah.
a loving message immediately to the other person, and you are taking it somehow, somewhere inside of you. Can't wait to figure out where. It's in your body to not say that. And I don't care what little things you just said that was about your little stuff. It's easy that you don't say it about anything. You don't say it about anything.
No, I do. I do
No,
apologize.
no. It's really hard for you too.
Well,
So I want to talk about that. Yay!
I think what happens is that when something happens and we're in an argument about it or whatever, you think that I've done something different that I should have done, I immediately put my back up to say, no, I didn't mean to do that, or that wasn't my intent, or that's wrong. So I'm like fighting about what you just said. And I can't even think of an example right now, but whatever it is, I just know that that's what I'm thinking because I never intend to do anything that would require an apology.
So that's one thing I want to talk about today. Who does? I mean, like in general, like we're not evil people. People are not evil. Just overall, right? You don't believe that they are. So no one is ever coming at any experience with a, deceitful, manipulative, need. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
no one,
I think
malicious is
I
the
think
word I'm
some
looking
people,
for. Sorry.
I think some people are.
No,
but not me.
I know. Exactly. So, right. So, of course there are. Yeah, we're not talking about them. So, there, in general, the word I was looking for was malicious. So you always say, she wasn't trying to be malicious. She wasn't. Nobody. Okay, yes, somebody, but nobody we're talking about is, right? So in that case, why not be able to, allow the words I apologize or I'm sorry to flow freely from your being? And you said a minute ago, because somehow it's like you have this feeling of admitting what?
Admitting that I made a mistake.
No, because mistakes are okay.
I know, but I don't like that.
But mistakes are the way to learn.
Right. I don't know.
So what do you think it is?
I don't know that I always learn. I feel like I'm going to be apologizing a lot because I'm sorry, but then it happens again. I don't know.
I do, so I'm waiting for you to say it.
I feel like I've gotten better at apologizing. Don't you think I've gotten better?
No.
No?
I'm sorry to say.
I feel like I've gotten better. And I think it is important to apologize because when you apologize, you are keeping those piles from adding up, right? The resentment that we've talked about before when you have a fight or an argument or these little attacks build up and then it gets overwhelming and then you just don't like the person anymore. So I feel like the apology is a way to release that by saying I'm sorry and then everybody's kind of reset on that issue. Unless you keep doing it over and over again, then the I'm sorry doesn't matter and it's irrelevant anymore.
Saying those words, I'm sorry, people, I think, lean on them sometimes. Like they just come flying out of people's mouths like, oh, I'm sorry. Like it's almost like almost making it about them. It is making it about them. right? Because if you say it's certain circumstances, you're taking away the focus from somebody else and you're putting it on yourself. If you're the way you're talking about it just now is you're describing it like that you're sorry for what, making a mistake or whatever. Is that what you just said? Like, which you don't have to apologize for that.
Well, like I'll give you an example. I mean, you've asked me before to do something. I'm at the store and you're like, "Hey, would you please pick up so and so?" And I forgot to do it. So I come home and I'm unloading, and you're like, "Did you get that thing that I asked you to get? I really need it." I'm like, "No, I didn't. I'm sorry." So
that is new. You do say that sometimes,
Right.
but that has not been always the case. So there's a very little, superficial example, sure. So, okay. So, but that's not always been the case. You would go all around your ass to not say that sentence. Why?
I think because in that case, like if I forgot something, I'm thinking about my potential ADHD, so that I'm like, oh gosh, I just didn't retain that and I forgot it. And I don't even want to admit that that's what's going on. So
Why?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I feel like I want to be really good all the time and do everything the way I'm
But
supposed to do
why is it bad?
Because it disappointed you?
Who said? Why would you tell yourself that?
Well, you have a bad look on your face when I say I left that at the store.
I don't have a bad look, you dumbo. I mean,
You
most
have-
of the time.
You have a sad puppy dog look on
Was
your
it
face.
wine? Did you forget the wine?
It might have been.
Then you're right. No, I'm fishing a little bit here. I'm hoping you'll come to it on
Oh,
your own.
you have the answer.
I do.
I'm sorry. I don't know the answer.
No. Well, I'll withhold until you come to it.
Can you give me a hint?
No, I want you to try to listen and really absorb like where your thoughts are. Okay, this just came into my head. I had a conversation with our oldest a couple weeks ago, and we were in the middle of talking. Everything was going along splendidly, and the next thing I know, she was getting sort of twisted up about something that I didn't do. I didn't respond to a text. I didn't, multiple times, and I could hear it in her voice. She was getting angsty about it. Okay. I wanted to then solve the issue. And the issue was she needed something from her room. So she doesn't live here. So while I'm walking up the stairs on the phone with her, I'm not paying attention to the fact that she's getting more and more agitated about the emotional sensation that she felt because I didn't respond or get her what she needed from her. None of it. So she's feeling more and more like I've wronged her, but I'm not paying any attention to it because I'm walking up the stairs. I'm starving. I haven't eaten that day. So I'm just trying to get the work done, right? She doesn't know any of that. So this is really interesting. So I open her door and she's talking and I'm not really listening, okay? And I start saying, her name is Bella. So I start saying, Bella, 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 like that. Well, the next thing I know, I'm saying it because I'm trying to ask her where to look in her room for the things she needs. And because I wasn't listening to anything else. And she hung up on me. And I was like, oh, what just happened? And I realized that's what happened because I started getting texts right after about how terrible I was. But here's the thing. What was my first knee-jerk reaction?
It's to fix the problem.
I wanted to go just make this, I wanted to solve the
Oh, I do
issue.
that all the time. I'll be like, oh, I can go to the store and get that thing that I forgot. I can go and I run back out, or when I do the next thing. So I totally do that.
And in doing so, you forgot to say,
Validate.
whoops, or
validate
whatever.
your emotions.
Right. So I'm like, I don't care if you ever go to the store again, whatever. And then it all escalates. So here I missed completely. I heard her started getting agitated, but therefore I wanted to just get up and solve the problem. And I missed the continuing issue, which at that point became about something else entirely. She didn't care about the thing in her room. All she cared about was me hearing her in that moment being upset.
Right.
So the very next thing I did, at that point we were just texting, was to start saying, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. You are right. But the problem with it ended up being in her head about me because I was like, no, I hear you. You are hurt. And I was just trying to like smooth it over. But every couple of sentences, me in of course, in a text, you can't really read, you can't hear the person's voice all the time. So it was being misinterpreted that it was somehow all like not just straightforward.
You mean
like,
your apology was being misinterpreted?
yeah, one thing led to another. Again, it was in a text, so it was a little tricky for her to really just hear my side. And I didn't want to give her my side because that made it feel like it was about me and not her. But then as it escalated, of course I'm throwing that out there. I'm like, listen, I was doing you a favor. I was just trying to get to the bottom. I am so sorry. I hear how that could have sounded to you. Like I was literally not, listening. I understand. I hear you and thank you. And I'm sorry. And I said it a lot. And
Did it have an impact?
it at the end of the day, the damage had been done in that particular moment, and her feelings were left uncared for. You see what I'm saying?
So what would you have done instead now that you had to do it all over again? Now that you have that information, what would you have done?
I made the mistake of just trying to get to the bottom of it, like of kind of getting
Trying to
up.
fix it? Trying to fix it?
Yes, because she wasn't wrong. Like, and I felt like I could fix it. So all the times that I'd gotten the text before, whatever she was referring to that I'd missed or couldn't respond to, at that moment I was home. The other times I wasn't. I could make a change. I could go fix it. But I didn't tell her any of that. I just started walking upstairs, and then I started saying, Bella, I started like sort of talking over her. I was only talking over her because I wanted to solve the issue. She heard the talking over her.
And you're hungry too.
Starving. She heard me talking over her, of course, as a completely different scenario. She had no idea that I'm standing in her room. She just thinks I'm being, a bitch, really. And as soon as I realized that's how it sounded, of course it sounded that way. But I was able to stop and realize that that's how it sounded, by the way. So that took a long time to work on in my life, right? Otherwise, I could have just come for the jugular, I could have just batted back, right?
Yeah, as you tell this story, it really makes me think about my relationship with my children, because they are often telling me things and I will discount what they're saying. I will say, because from my perspective, it's not true. Whatever it is, oh, that food's too hot. No, because I tasted it, it's not that hot, for me. So I'm like, no, I think it's okay. So there's a lot of probably me judging a situation and then discounting what they're saying. And what I need to do is validate more, which is so key, like letting them know, oh, does that feel too hot for you? Like whatever the situation is, so that it's not just a matter of me telling them, no, you're wrong about your feelings about this.
And let me just throw out there, since we're trying to talk about the word sorry, like, could you have said, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I didn't realize it was hot. I didn't feel it that way. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
See, that's
it makes you feel
when I think
udgy.
about saying that, I really want to be truthful about the situation. And if someone says something that I don't agree with, then already I'm leaping to, why am I apologizing for something that is not true? So that's kind of how I'm feeling about the situation.
So I'm so pleased.
Did I arrive at it?
No, but I'm so pleased. Because why would you think that the sentence is only one way?
Right. Well,
why is it only black and white and it has to be true? If you deem the food is hot, then it is. If you deem it isn't, then it isn't. So you're not going to apologize.
Well,
it doesn't leave room for anyone else's opinion.
It's very complicated because, again, if I made the food or served them the food and I've deemed it to be okay, then
you don't want to be wrong.
I don't want to be wrong.
But why is it right and wrong?
I don't know. That's just the way it is.
No, it isn't. Why is it right and wrong? Why is it right and wrong? Like, honestly. if you, that is an opinion, but you've decided it's a fact.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I hear what you're saying, and I've
Why?
definitely gotten better at this over time.
We're not, no one's judging, David.
I know.
We're just trying to sort it out.
Right,
So
right.
why are you, why
Right,
is why is saying I'm sorry so repulsive?
It feels like a negative connotation, like I've done something wrong, and I don't want to be wrong about things. I want to
Because
because I want to be that person that does the right thing.
there is no wrong and right.
Yeah.
What if there isn't?
What if there's just degrees of
What if you're just having an experience? What if your experience tells you that that food is hot, and in your experience, that's all you can go on. So you could say, I don't find it too hot, but you might want to blow on it first or whatever, right? Like, so you're taking care of the other person. So when you say it's not hot and then they say, yes, it is, I just burned my mouth. Thanks. You're a jerk. You feel,
budgie,
keep going,
uncomfortable.
keep going.
I don't know. Do you have the word? I feel like you're leading me somewhere.
Well, are you listening or are you not listening?
Well, I will tell you, you just made me think of something, so I'm going to go into
Here we
my...
go. Are you going to talk about Star Wars or something
No,
now?
I was going to talk about my grandmother.
Okay.
Okay, so my grandmother, Selma, my father's mother. You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Oh my God.
Oh my God! So
This
she,
isn't even-
as she got older in life, I think her taste buds started to decline, and so we would go to restaurants, and she would order soup, and she would say, I want the soup or whatever. So it would come out, and she would say it's too cold, and so they would take it in the kitchen and they'd heat it up, and then she'd burn her mouth on the soup. Were you there when that happened?
So many times.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
She was very dramatic.
I will never
Picture
forget
an
her
elderly, dramatic.
picking up the soup
show.
and just like, oh my God, it was really funny. Anyway, that's what I thought of when you were talking about the
bet.
soup.
Bet.
Yeah.
Bet.
So what was the question again? Why are you looking at them?
Okay. So you feel badly that you told somebody that they could trust your words. Let's just keep using the hot soup example, that they could trust you to tell them that they are safe.
Yes.
I mean, I'm now putting very big words on soup. So keep going with me. Don't go back to Selma.
Okay. So I think where you're leading this is that I want the people around me to feel safe around me.
No,
and therefore,
to feel like they can trust you.
that they can trust me. And if they can't trust me, then if I'm apologizing, then that admits that maybe something has happened that they can't trust me.
Well, you really have a block on it. So we're therapizing a little bit now, but like you really have a block on it because it is a lockdown feeling, like it's clamped. Those words, you are like hard pressed to pull them out. They are the least favorite thing in your mouth. Like they're not the choice. You're going to go around every other which way and not get to those words. Why? Like for me, it rolls off my tongue. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I thought that for me, it wasn't so hot. Next time I'll remind you. I'm so sorry. Or whatever. I'm picturing little kids. We obviously don't have them now. But, right. But it is something in you that feels like it is a hard pass. Can you sort out the emotion?
I mean, I think that you've gotten to something here. I really want the people around me that I love and that I'm friendly with to trust me. And it does feel like an admission to, you can't trust me because I've done something that I have to now apologize for. Like I wasn't thinking enough in the first place to do whatever it was so that you don't need an apology.
Wouldn't it stand to reason that you being like vulnerable and authentic in that moment, to say that, to just come back and say, whatever.
No, it sounds really good on paper. And when I think about it, it's like, that's exactly what you should do. Like, I'm not at all disagreeing with, right, not should, but that would be the ideal situation, would be to apologize. And I will tell you that I felt really good recently a couple times when something like that happened and I apologized and you're like, "What? You apologize?" Like,
Yeah, because guess what happened?
what?
All tension melted. My whole body reacted. Every fiber and cell and nerve relaxed because you immediately was like, "Oh, no, you're right. I'm so sorry." Or whatever. Like it was again, it's all usually, thank God, nothing, nothing major, right?
Right.
Your life's not on the line usually. It's just kind of a little something. But that I know was so hard for you to say, and I don't know why. That's why we're having this little meandering conversation trying to get to the bottom of it. Can I tell you the word?
What?
I think you feel shame.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Can you absorb that for a second? Because I think you feel, I don't want to put the words in your mouth. I really wanted you to come to this, but is it possible you feel like you should, quote, have known better? That you should have thought ahead. When I give you the alternative story and you hear it that way and it sounds lovely and you're like, oh my God, I, quote, should have done that. And then instead of memorizing it as a mistake that now you've learned from, it goes into a different bucket of shame and sort of self-loathing. And now you're like, well, I'm, not going to go there. I don't like that feeling. Yuck. So it goes, and you didn't learn from it. So you repeat. Of course it's not malicious. Of course it's not on purpose. Back to the beginning of this conversation.
No, I think that's absolutely true. And I think that whatever led me to have to or want to apologize, I think that sometimes that's because of certain things that I have struggles with.
Like,
be it ADHD or you said make a list, but I didn't, or I didn't check the list or whatever. And so therefore it feels like a failing that why couldn't I just do what the plan was? And now we're in a situation where she doesn't have what she needs or whatever. Like it does feel shameful.
so I literally was just having a conversation with some friends and we were talking about the word failure and how it lands inside of us and holds on tight. But not everybody feels that way and not every circumstance is that way. And I was saying, I don't like to always lean on the dancer vibe, but failure has function. And I never thought any of the things I was doing was, quote, failure. It was an exercise in learning what I needed. So, for example, if I'm going to go, I'm in dance class and I'm going to do a pirouette, a turn on one leg, right? And when I don't hit the turn very well and I fall out of it, I don't stay on balance and land it exactly the way I'm supposed to. The information that I receive from doing it the wrong way, from making a mistake, I will then apply to the next time I do it. And it might take 400 times for it to finally get right. Who knows how many times. This is ingrained because there's no other option. There's no other choice. I have to figure out how to get on my leg. And that is not something I'm hearing as the normal, I hate using that word, but the traditionally people going down and doing that. So why not? And maybe something to consider.
Well, you just didn't call it failure. You probably knew intrinsically
We didn't call it anything.
This is just something that I have to do to learn how to do this. I've got to do it so many times. But see, when I make an error in not bringing something home from the store that was on a list that I just missed, that is not something that I'm not really learning from that. I've just made this error.
So
and
I would have.
I've impacted from you. I've impacted you by not
Can I
bringing
tell
it
you how
home.
much I freaking love this conversation? So I would have. Okay. So I 100% would have, because I know I'm not you, but let's just say ugh, I should have created this list. I mean, even if I wasn't the one to think of it, even if I should have had a list that would have been helpful. And you know what? There would be a list next time.
Right.
The end.
Yeah. I think that's good.
I bet you do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll often have a list, but then I don't have a pen
You don't often.
I don't have a
have
pen
list.
to mark it off to say I did. I have a list every time.
You've never had a list.
Sometimes I leave it in the car.
We've talked about this so many times. They all know. They all know. They know the truth.
Nobody knows.
Okay. So the thing is, if you don't allow it to just be, hey, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you did ask me for that and I forgot. First of all, that is so beautiful. That feels good to hear. And when you don't do that, it goes into that other, I keep calling it a bucket, but that other bucket of shame. And it's not resilience that way. It's heavy. And I don't know how you can learn from it. If I'm trying to do that turn and get on my leg, I'm going to do it over and over until I get on my leg. And you know what? Some days I'm just not on my leg and I got to come back the next day. Okay. But it doesn't feel like failure. It's just part of the process. It's literally just is life. So that is, I don't know why. I've never really honestly understood why it's so tricky for you. And by you, I mean lots of people. I don't mean like I'm pointing my finger at you, but there is a true difference here where it's an easy flow for me. I don't see it as that like, oh crap, I made a mistake. I am so sorry. Like, I really want you to know I am so sorry. Will I ever do it again? I don't say that. And by the way, that's the first thing you say. I'm never going to do it again. And I'm always like, why are you saying that? Nobody should ever say that. Of course we're going to make a mistake again.
Yeah, I wonder also how much ego has to do with it, because it's probably really hard for people to say I'm sorry when ego is part of the equation.
Well, that is great, but we were talking about you.
You're always talking about me.
Always. Well, you and I are the ones having a chat, even though you're looking over there.
Well, it's because Gavin is shoveling snow off the driveway or something. I want to tell you how much I enjoy the apology that we've learned from the bear, because rubbing your chest and saying I'm sorry is awesome. And now people can see it because we're videoing it. So
well, we're not necessarily showing anybody that. You mean when they take their hand over their heart and they make like a little circle?
Yeah.
That was cute.
That's in the bear. Great show.
Also, I like how they say heard.
Yeah, in corner.
No, but you're right. There's a lot of beauty in that moment.
Right. Well, it's because it's not only words, but it's in fact there's no words. It's just a visual, and it
melts your nerves. It takes you down. And you're like, we're the same. I'm the same as you. You're the same as me. We do things differently, and that's okay. And forgiveness. It's so beautiful, and it works wonders for both people. It helps the person who made a mistake, quote unquote, and of course it helps the person who was on the receiving end or having the repercussion because of it.
No, it's really good.
It's so beautiful.
That's right. So let's all say I'm sorry.
Who's here? What the heck?
All the people listening.
Oh my God, you're so silly.
Well, I think should we wrap it up?
I already did. I wrapped it up.
Oh, you did a nice little bow. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening this week.
Stop talking, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for
listened
listening.
A little bit.
Yeah,
you listened
I learned
for
a lot
few
today about
minutes.
myself.
You know, our program is only a short time because David only has a short moment or two of concentration.
That's right. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.